Today we are going to look at section 12.5 and 13.2, the surface area and volume of cones. Let's look at surface area first. So this is found on your Keystone formula sheet. So here's your surface area formula. And I'm going to explain it here a little bit more. So pi r squared, r being the radius of the circular base of the cone, plus pi r, and then the square root of r squared plus h squared. Now this can be used if you're given the radius and the actual height of the cone, but if you are given the slant height, which I put here using the same symbol as what we used for slant height for pyramids, if you are given the slant height, that section of the equation is also equivalent to that slant height. Basically what they're doing there, that square root of r squared plus h squared, is they're using the Pythagorean theorem to find that slant height. So if you know the slant height, just replace that section with the slant height. Otherwise, you can use that square root of r squared plus h squared, or just do the Pythagorean theorem on your own to find the slant height. So we'll look at different examples where we encounter that. So let's look at the first one here. So we want to find the surface area of this cone. We're going to round our final answer to the nearest tenth as we've been doing. Let's take a look at what we're given in our picture. So in our picture, this 1.4, that's going to be the radius of our circular base, and this 3.2 is symbolizing the slant height. So when I look at my surface area formula, I have pi r squared for the circular base plus pi r, and then I'm just going to use the slant height since I know what it is, okay, replacing that square root of r squared plus h squared. So let's go ahead and substitute in. So pi, the radius is 1.4 squared, plus pi, 1.4 times 3.2, and you should be able to type that all into your calculator at one time. We will do that here. Just type it all in, round our final answer to the nearest tenth, and you should get a surface area of 20.2 square centimeters for this cone. Okay, let's look at another one. So this one, we're not given a picture. Let's take a look at what we're given in the description though. So we have a regular height of 16 feet, and we have a diameter of 24 feet, which means that we have a radius of 12. Okay, so this time we're given the regular height and we're given the radius. So we will use pi r squared plus pi r, and then we can think about using this like r squared plus h squared. I'm probably going to do that part first instead of trying to type it all into our calculator, just because that gets a little tricky with that square root. Let's go ahead and make some substitutions. Pi times 12 squared plus pi 12, and then we have the square root of 12 squared plus 16 squared. I am going to do this part first. Okay, so if I do the square root of 12 squared plus 16 squared, I end up with the square root of 400, which is actually just 20. Okay, so I highly recommend doing this part first instead of trying to type everything into your calculator, just because typing all of that in can get a little complicated and you're more likely to make a mistake. So let me just bring everything down here from before. So 12 squared is 144. So I'm just going to call that 144 pi plus pi times 12 times 20. Now that's a lot easier to type into our calculator. Round our final answer to the nearest tenth, we get 1,204.6. Whoops, I did that backwards. 1,206.4 square feet. That looks better. Okay, so that's given a height and a diameter when you know the radius. Let's look at the next one. So this one, We have our picture here. Looks like I'm given the height, and it looks like I'm given the slant height, and I'm missing the radius. Let's go ahead and use Pythagorean theorem first to figure out what this radius is, and then we'll start substituting in. So I'm going to call this r for radius. So I'm going to have 6 squared plus r squared equals 8 squared. 36 plus r squared equals 64. And so r squared is 28. If I take the square root, r is 2 square root of 7. And we're going to leave it as this radical when we substitute in, just so we get the most exact answer. So surface area is pi r squared plus pi r, and then I'm going to use L for the slant height since we know what the slant height is. So pi 2 square root of 7 squared. Just be careful when you're typing that into your calculator. Make sure you are putting the parentheses around that whole number there. And then plus pi 2 square root of 7 and slant height of 8. Again, be careful with the parentheses here for this 2 square root of 7, or divide it up if you need to. And you should get 220.95, which if I'm rounding that up to the nearest tenth, that's going to round to 221.0 square meters for that surface area. Okay? Let's go ahead and move on to volume of cones, also within this video. So here's your Keystone formula sheet again. Now we are looking at the volume. So the volume of the cone is going to be 1/3 pi, the radius squared, times the actual height of the cone. So first example here, this is an oblique cone. It's slightly tilted, which is okay. We still have a given radius of 12.2, and this length here is still going to symbolize the height of my cone. So the volume formula is 1/3 pi r squared h. Let's go ahead and substitute in. So 1/3 pi, the radius is 12.2, and the height is 25. Again, you can type this all into your calculator. You can either put the 1/3 in parentheses, or you can multiply pi times 12.2 times 25, and then just divide by 3. Same thing. Either way, oh, I forgot my squared on my radius. There we go, 12.2 squared. Don't forget that. Either way, we should get 3,896.6 cubic feet for volume. Okay, and one final example here with our cones. So we are given, again, we're finding the volume. We are given this cone. They are showing us that the diameter is 14. That's what that whole line means. So my radius is going to be 7 feet. And I need to find the height given this right triangle that I have formed here, and the fact that I know this angle. So I'm going to do some calculations at the top. So this would be 7. I want the height, and I know this angle is 50 degrees. So this is not a 45, 45, 90 triangle, and this is not a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So that means in order to find this height, we are going to have to use SOHCAHTOA. We are going to have to use one of our trig functions. So think back to that section on right triangles in order to help us solve for this missing side, which is the height. Okay, so if you think about how we use SOHCAHTOA, this is my angle. I'm given the adjacent side, and I want the opposite side. So opposite and adjacent, the trig function we are going to use is tangent. So we are going to be taking tangent of my angle, 50 degrees, equals the opposite, which I labeled as h, over the adjacent, which is 7. We're going to multiply both sides by 7 to solve for h. So into our calculators, we are going to type 7 tangent of 50 degrees, and we are going to round that value to the nearest hundredth. So if I do 7 times tangent of 50 degrees, I get a value of 8.34 rounded to the nearest hundredth. And that's now what I'm going to use as my height in my formula. Okay, so the volume is 1/3 pi r squared h, 1/3 times pi, the radius was 7 squared, and the height that we just found, 8.34. Multiply that all together, you should get a final volume of 427.9 cubic feet. And that is all for the surface area and volume of cones.